Have you ever noticed how some of the most spiritual people you know seem the most disconnected from reality? They speak in light and love, yet their relationships are messy. They preach abundance while struggling financially. This isn't hypocrisy, it's something called spiritual bypassing, a term coined by psychologist John Wellwood in 1984, and it's more common than you think. Here's what's fascinating. There's actually an energetic reason why this disconnect happens. When we try to skip over our human experience to reach higher states, we create an internal split that shows up in our external world. If you've ever felt like you're performing spirituality rather than living it, this video will show you exactly what's happening and how to fix it. But first, let's look at how this shows up in everyday spiritual interactions. You know that feeling when someone says, "Just think positive thoughts," after you share something painful. That uncomfortable twist in your stomach tells you something's not right. Your heart feels heavy, but now you're being told just to shift your energy. Smile more. Choose joy. Raise your vibration. Something inside you knows this response misses the mark completely. This happens in spiritual spaces all the time. You mention feeling sad about a loss, and someone immediately redirects you to gratitude practice. You express anger about injustice, and a teacher dismisses it as low vibration energy. These responses sound spiritual, but they leave you feeling more alone than before. The friend who never acknowledges her own sadness becomes the one who can't sit with yours either. She's always ready with a crystal recommendation or an affirmation, but she flinches when real tears appear. The yoga teacher who speaks about shadow work in class goes silent when students bring up actual darkness in their lives. He's mastered the language of transformation but struggles with the messy reality of human pain. When we use spiritual concepts to skip over difficult emotions, we're not transcending anything. We're just pushing our pain into hiding where it grows stronger and more destructive. These avoidance patterns function as psychological defense mechanisms, protecting us from discomfort in the moment, but creating deeper problems over time. Consider the person who forgives too quickly to avoid feeling the sting of betrayal. She says all the right words about letting go and moving forward, but her body still tenses when that person's name comes up. The forgiveness becomes a spiritual performance rather than genuine healing. Or think about the seeker who meditates away his problems instead of facing them. He sits for hours trying to dissolve his anxiety through awareness, but never addresses the practical issues creating that anxiety in the first place. Psychologists have found that people who suppress difficult emotions often experience higher rates of depression, anxiety, and relationship problems. When we consistently avoid negative emotions, we lose our ability to process them effectively. Our emotional range becomes limited. The anger they're suppressing actually contains important information about what needs to change and serves as energetic fuel needed to create that change. By spiritually bypassing their anger, they cut themselves off from a powerful force for positive action. Studies link chronic emotional suppression to elevated stress hormones, compromised immunity, and digestive issues. When we consistently avoid difficult feelings, our stress hormones stay elevated. Our immune systems become compromised. Our sleep suffers. The emotions we're trying to transcend end up expressing themselves through our physical health instead. This pattern also creates serious problems in relationships. When you can't sit with your own difficult emotions, you definitely can't hold space for others to feel theirs. People start to feel like they can't be real with you because you're not being real with yourself. Spiritual bypassing keeps us stuck in repetitive patterns because we never actually resolve the underlying issues. We keep attracting the same relationship problems, the same financial struggles, the same health challenges. We wonder why our manifestation practices aren't working, why our meditation isn't bringing lasting peace, why we still feel empty despite all our spiritual knowledge. The truth is that authentic spiritual growth requires us to work with our whole human experience, not just the parts that feel good or look enlightened. When we try to transcend our humanity before we've fully embraced it, we create a wobbly foundation for our spiritual development. We end up building our practice on avoidance rather than acceptance. When you suppress emotions, you block the natural flow of energy through your system. Emotions are energy in motion, and when you stop that motion, you create energetic blockages. These blockages prevent authentic integration and keep you from accessing the deeper wisdom that comes from processing your full range of human experience. But there's something even more fundamental at work here. There's a reason why emotional avoidance creates the external problems that keep showing up in your life, and it has everything to do with how the universe actually operates. Ancient wisdom keepers knew something modern psychology is just rediscovering. Your external world is a perfect reflection of your internal state. But what happens when we try to fake our inner world? The universe has a way of exposing the truth, no matter how well we think we're hiding it. The law of correspondence teaches us, as above, so below, and as within, so without. This isn't just mystical poetry. It's a practical principle that governs how your inner reality creates your outer experience. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold sends out an energetic signal. The universe responds by bringing you experiences that match that signal perfectly. As Wellwood's work suggests, ignoring inner wounds creates outer patterns that demand attention. Here's where spiritual bypassing creates a serious problem. When we spiritually bypass, we create energetic incongruence that the universe must balance somehow. Your conscious mind might be saying, "I'm grateful for everything," while your energy field broadcasts suppressed resentment. This creates a vibrational split that confuses your energetic signal and attracts mixed results in your life. Think about the person who insists they've released all anger from their past, but keeps attracting aggressive people and conflict situations. Their suppressed anger doesn't disappear when they spiritually bypass it. Instead, it gets projected outward and reflected back to them through their relationships and circumstances. The universe keeps sending them opportunities to face what they've been avoiding internally. Or consider someone who refuses to grieve a major loss, immediately jumping into spiritual explanations about divine timing and soul lessons. That avoided grief doesn't just vanish. It shows up as depression that seems to come from nowhere, chronic fatigue that doctors can't explain, or a heaviness that meditation can't seem to lift. The body holds what the mind won't acknowledge. The law of vibration explains why this happens. Everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. When you suppress emotions, you create energetic blockages that disrupt your natural vibration. According to the law of vibration, these energetic blockages disrupt your natural frequency, so the universe reflects that discord back as obstacles. The universe reads your full vibration, not just your conscious affirmations. You can repeat positive affirmations all day, but if your body is holding trauma, your heart is protecting old wounds, and your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, your actual vibration remains fragmented. The universe responds to this complete energetic signature. This is why affirmations and positive thinking often fail when they're used to cover up unprocessed emotions rather than integrate them. You're essentially trying to broadcast two different signals at once. Your mind says, "I am abundant," while your energy field carries deep beliefs about scarcity from childhood experiences you've never fully processed. The universe receives the mixed message and delivers mixed results. Bypassing creates a vibrational split where your conscious intentions clash with your unconscious content. You want love but carry unhealed rejection. You desire success but hold shame about your worthiness. You seek peace but avoid the anger that needs to be felt and released. Each suppressed emotion creates an energetic contradiction that shows up in your external reality as obstacles, delays, and repeated patterns. The person who won't acknowledge their fear of abandonment keeps attracting partners who leave. The one who denies their feelings of unworthiness struggles with money no matter how hard they work. The individual who bypasses their grief over family trauma finds themselves isolated and unable to form deep connections. The universe keeps reflecting back what needs attention inside. Understanding these laws gives us the key to breaking repetitive patterns that have been running our lives. When you recognize that your outer world reflects your inner state with perfect accuracy, every external challenge becomes valuable information about what needs healing within you. That difficult relationship shows you where you're not loving yourself. That financial struggle reveals beliefs about your worth that need updating. That health issue points to emotions that need processing. The universe isn't punishing you. It's trying to help you see what you've been avoiding so you can finally heal it and move forward. But here's where most people get stuck. They're afraid of what they might find when they actually start listening to what their emotions are trying to tell them. The key is learning to work with these emotions instead of against them. What if the emotions you've been trying to transcend are actually sacred messengers carrying the keys to your freedom? Here's how to listen to what they're really telling you instead of pushing them away. Every emotion carries important information and energy that needs to be processed, not bypassed. Your anger might be telling you about boundaries that need setting. Your sadness could be showing you what really matters to you. Your fear might be pointing to areas where you need more support or preparation. When you treat emotions as problems to solve rather than wisdom to receive, you miss out on the guidance they're trying to offer. Many people worry that feeling difficult emotions fully will overwhelm them or trap them in negativity forever. This fear keeps them stuck in spiritual bypassing patterns. The truth is that emotions are temporary visitors, not permanent residents. When you learn to process them consciously, they move through you much faster than when you resist them. Let's start with shadow work exercises for acknowledging rejected parts of yourself. Ask yourself these questions. What qualities in others irritate me most? And what fears or insecurities do I try to hide even from myself? Write down whatever comes up without judging it. These irritating qualities in others often reflect parts of yourself you've disowned. Your hidden fears and insecurities are simply human experiences that need compassion, not shame. Now take this journaling deeper with these prompts. What emotion am I actively avoiding right now? What part of me do I judge as unspiritual? What situation makes me feel the need to force positivity? Write without stopping for at least 10 minutes. Let whatever wants to come up flow onto the paper. Once you identify these shadow aspects, explore how embracing them might actually make you more powerful, whole, and resilient. The anger you've been suppressing might contain the strength you need to stand up for yourself. The sadness you've been avoiding might hold the depth that makes you truly compassionate. Conscious breathing techniques help you stay present with difficult feelings instead of escaping into your head. When a challenging emotion arises, take 3 deep breaths and notice where you feel it in your body. Is it tight in your chest? Heavy in your stomach? Burning in your throat? Breathe into that area and let the sensation be there without trying to change it. Set a timer for 90 seconds and focus solely on the physical sensation of the emotion. This proven practice can short-circuit habitual avoidance patterns because most emotions naturally complete their cycle within this time frame. Often the feeling will start to shift or dissipate more quickly than you expect. This is the difference between dwelling on an emotion and digesting it. Dwelling means getting lost in blame. Processing means curiously feeling until release. Use emotions as guidance systems rather than problems to solve. When you feel angry, ask what boundary needs attention. When you feel sad, explore what loss needs grieving. When you feel anxious, investigate what needs more preparation or support. Each emotion points you towards specific actions that serve your growth. Mindful awareness helps you catch yourself in bypassing patterns. Notice when a challenging emotion or memory arises and where you feel discomfort in your body. Instead of immediately distracting yourself or labeling the emotion as negative, simply observe the experience without judgment. How can you tell if you're genuinely processing emotions or just spiritually bypassing them? Authentic processing feels vulnerable but relieving. You stay present with uncomfortable sensations instead of escaping into spiritual concepts. You ask what the emotion needs rather than how to get rid of it. You feel more connected to yourself and others afterward, not more isolated. By processing emotions consciously, you clear energetic blockages, restoring vibrational alignment. This work takes courage but creates the foundation for something much more powerful than spiritual performance. When you integrate your emotions instead of bypassing them, you discover what true spiritual mastery actually looks like. It isn't about transcending your humanity, it's about embracing it fully while staying connected to your higher wisdom. The strongest spiritual people aren't those who never feel pain. They're the ones who feel everything deeply and transform it through love and awareness. This week, choose one difficult emotion and spend 90 seconds feeling it fully. No bypassing allowed. Maybe you rush to forgiveness before feeling hurt. Maybe you meditate away problems instead of addressing them. Whatever it is, commit to feeling it completely without judgment. Share one insight or struggle in the comments to join our community of authentic seekers. Facing our shadows with love is the fastest path to authentic light and lasting inner peace.